Hi guys, my name's Doug with Infotainment.com. Today we're working with the Ford pickup truck, the 2015 through 2017 F-150 and 2017 through 2019 Super Duty pickup trucks. I'm going to show you guys today how easy it is to upgrade from the small 4-inch display all the way up to the 8-inch display Sync 3 system with built-in Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now, to do so is very easy. We're going to replace the media hub, the screen, the bezel. Some of the wiring needs to be changed with our plug-and-play harness. Our upgrade here is 100% plug-and-play and pre-programmed to your VIN number. We use all Ford parts to make it a very, very reliable and easy to install upgrade. So let's get started. All right, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove this speaker grill. If you don't have the speaker grill here, maybe it's just flat, we're just getting the two screws that are underneath this. These are two 7mm screws. You can use a dash pry tool or a regular screwdriver, but basically just get around the perimeter or the circumference of this grill, and it pops right out of place, just held in with retaining clips. That'll give you access to the two 7mm screws, so you can go ahead and remove those. All right, now that those two 7mm screws are out, you could just pop this tray out. And basically what I do is I just kind of turn it like this, and that'll give us access to the two 7mm screws that hold our bezel in. Once those two screws are removed, you can use your pry tool and get around the circumference of this bezel here. What I found it's easy to do is just kind of grab a hold of it and just pop it away from the dash. It's just held in with these retaining clips at this point, so it's very easy to pop out. Now what we're going to do is we're going to remove these two. So you press the little tab in, and it comes out. Now we're going to remove the lower two, press the tab in and pull out. And then lastly, what we want to do is we want to transfer these two switches to the new replacement bezel. So get it from behind, press the tabs in on each side, and then simply just slide it out. You notice a tab here and one over here. Just grab a hold of them. You could do one side at a time if you want, but press them in and push it out. So we're going to go ahead and pop those two into our new bezel, which is included with our kit. Just the way you took them out, just put them in from the front. All right, now we have access to the 4 screws that hold our radio display. So we can go ahead and remove those. Push in this little tab here and slide the lever over it, and it comes right out. We can set this aside. Now we have access to remove our sync module, also held in with two 7mm screws. So we're going to go ahead and pull this out and remove the connectors. This is our USB connector. We will not need this for this installation, so you can go ahead and just tuck that back and get it out of the way. This is our main sync module connector. Press in the tab, slide the lever over, and it comes right out. We can now get rid of this as well. Now we're going to remove the 4 screws that hold our CD player in place. This is called an ACM. The only reason why we're going to remove this is to get better access for the media hub down here. We can go ahead and remove it. I did want to let you guys know we do carry replacement ACMs with built-in satellite radio and other ones that are built-in HD radio. So what a great time to upgrade to factory Ford satellite radio or HD radio. So see our website on that. In this case, we're going to go ahead and just disconnect these connectors. And we're just going to set this aside. All right, now we need to replace the media hub. So basically what we need to do is get behind this. There's two tabs. There's one on the right side and one on the left side. If you press those two tabs in, here's the right side, here's the left side. Right from behind, you press those tabs inward, it just pushes right out. Okay? Come in here, pull these two tabs out, and this pops out. This is no longer used in this installation either, so we can push this through and tuck it back. Alright, this upgrade requires a GPS antenna. All Sync 3 upgrades require an antenna when you go from the small screen to the big screen. So included with the kit is a basic GPS antenna. This does have a magnetic base, so you can really put this anywhere you want under the dash, just below the windshield. So I found it's just as easy just to put it right here on this metal brace. It sticks real nice, and keep the cord coiled. Set it off to the side. This will plug into the new Sync 3 system. This will be the GPS antenna connection. Alright guys, this is our 4-inch to 8-inch installation harness. We designed this to be completely universal for all Ford vehicles. So whether you have a Mustang or a Fusion or Explorer, F-150, whatever the case may be, we designed all of our kits to be truly universal. Okay? So let me explain this harness here. This is going to be the new plug that you're going to plug into the Sync 3 module. Okay, so basically it's a pass-through harness, so we're going to use this connector, which we unplugged from the Sync module to begin with, and we're going to plug it into this connector here. Okay, so if you tuck that back, now we have this connector we're going to put into the Sync 3 unit. Alright, the next connector I'm going to explain is this one here. Now, if you remember the small connector you pulled out of your 4-inch display, you're going to plug this into here. Make sure the lever's all the way down, push it in, lock it into place. Now what this is going to do is it's going to retain your existing backup camera. If you want to add a backup camera, we have a great camera kit on our website. Basically, all you need to do is disconnect this, and now you have a video input for your backup camera. So simply just plug that RCA we talk about in the video right into here, and you're good to go. If you have factory backup camera, keep these connected. Just maybe put a little bit of electrical tape around it, and then that way you're not going to have any issues with your backup camera. Alright, there's just a few cables left, part of this harness. This one here, it's got a yellow and green. This is not used for the Sync 3. This is only used when you do My Ford Touch, so we can set that aside. This one here is going to have a little tag on it. You'll see green and white wires. It's for satellite radio travel link. So if you opt for Sirius satellite radio with travel link, we're going to give you this connector, which plugs in the back of that ACM down there. You plug the factory connector in here, this into the back of the ACM, and then plug these two together. Okay? Now what this is going to do is this is going to allow for Sirius travel link. That's so you can get fuel prices on your screen, sports scores, weather reports, so on and so forth. It is rare that people even want that. In this case, we're not even going to use it. I just wanted to explain it. So we're going to, if you do want it, just let us know, and we'll include it for you. If not, just don't even worry about this part. We're going to disregard it in this case, and you can just tuck this back behind. The last part of this harness is this connector here. This connector, you're going to want to run down below here, and we're going to put it right through the media port slot or hole that's down here. And that completes the installation of the 4 to 8-inch harness. Alright, the next cable we're going to install is the USB cable. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to route it. I usually put it behind this metal brace that's back here. All the wiring I kind of tuck behind this metal brace. And then I'm going to feed it down out the same media port slot that we had before. We can go ahead and install our hub at this point. So here's our media hub, our new one. This is for Apple CarPlay and Android Auto use. That's the reason why we have to replace that. So we just simply plug this in. And then there's only one connector here to plug the other one in. Then make sure the little icons are at the top. And it just pops right in. Now we can reinstall this ACM. This particular one already had satellite radio, so we're going to keep this just the way it is. Remember, now's a great time to do it, so make sure you check out that option on our website. But in this case, we're going to just reinstall the factory one. The only reason why I like taking this thing out is just to give you a little extra room down here to be working with the new hub installation and removal. That's the only reason why we opted to pull that. So now that we're done with that, we got all of our plugs plugged back in. We can just pop it back into place and reinstall our 4 screws. Alright guys, now we're ready to install the Sync 3 system. So we're going to plug in this connector here. This is from our 4 to 8 inch harness. Make sure that lever is all the way down, push it in, and then lock it into place. We have our GPS antenna that we ran earlier. And plug it into that port up there. And then last but not least is the USB connector that we ran initially to the hub. Not the one that we disconnected from the initial sync module. This is the new one, the F-USB 1. We're going to go ahead and plug that in. Okay. Now that we have everything in and it's nice and secure, we can go ahead and slide this in. Now this is going to match up to the exact same holes that the previous module was in. Alright guys, at this point we're getting pretty close to being done. Now we just need to install or re-plug in the connectors that we disconnected initially. This is obviously the new bezel that's included with the kit. And then after you have these two plugged in, just come back up here and plug these in. Remember, we took these out of the old bezel and we put them on the new one. So basically now what we're going to do is we're going to tuck our wiring back. We can go ahead and remove the screen cover. Then pop our bezel right in. 100% factory, nice clean look right off the bat there. So now we can go ahead and install the 2 screws at the top here. Then we can put our tray back in, reinstall the 2 screws in the back. Alright, now that those 2 screws are back into place, we can just go ahead and pop on our speaker grill. Alright guys, we have the dash all buttoned up and everything in its place. The last and final step you need to do is run this programmer into your OBD2 port by obdgenie.com. Now we worked with them to create a program to reprogram your existing CD player, ACM, for some code to make sync work flawlessly with your controls, okay? Now, if you replaced your ACM in this upgrade, let's just say you opted to do HD radio or you opted to do satellite radio, and you actually replaced that CD player, we would reprogram that prior to even sending it out, so you wouldn't have to do this. This step is only for people who are using their factory-installed CD player ACM. So what we'll do is put the vehicle in the run position, we'll let it initialize, and then we'll go ahead and plug this into the OBD2 port, wait for the green light, and then take it out and stow it away. Alright, so the vehicle's in the run position, so all we have to do is just insert the Genie programmer. We're going to wait for the green LED light to illuminate, and then we're going to pull it from the port and stow it away. Alright, now that we have the green solid light, we can go ahead and remove it and stow it away. Alright guys, now that everything's buttoned up and in its place, let's go ahead and start the vehicle and check it out. away you see the Ford splash screen. The animated Ford splash screen looks really nice and professional. And voila, here's the Sync 3 system. So within the home screen here, you can actually reorganize it the way you want, but the way it comes from the factory is the map. Those of you who have navigation, the map will show up here. Your entertainment will be here, and your phone will be here. Okay? So it looks like it pinpointed our location immediately. Sometimes you need to drive the vehicle around for a time or two. For a few minutes, and then it'll pull through the GPS satellites, pull your position. As I mentioned, this particular one has the embedded navigation. They do have ones without navigation, but still have CarPlay and Android Auto and all these other features. So again, home screen, map here, entertainment, and phone there. Audio, soft key down here. It'll pull up the radio station first, but you do have the selection of AM, FM, Sirius satellite radio for those of you who have that currently. If you want to add Sirius XM satellite radio, come see us at Infotainment. We have that upgrade available for factory Ford Sirius satellite radio. You notice it has the station art, stuff like that. Just a really cool system here for Sirius satellite radio. Back to sources, you also have CD and Bluetooth stereo. The CD player icon here will be visible from 17 to 18. 2019, they did away with the CD player. We do have a kit coming out to allow you to add CD player if you want 19 and up. Otherwise, we also have here Bluetooth stereo. Once you pair your phone, you could do Bluetooth streaming audio. All right, so this is all through the entertainment sources. I did want to point out, too, those of you who want to add HD radio, we do have kits for that as well, so you get crystal clear radio stations. So we're going to go back to home here. Phone, simply click this.
Search for your vehicle on your device and select it once it is found.
You'll be able to search for Sync on your phone, and then you can pair it that way. Very easy to do. Now, this particular one, as I mentioned, has nav. So right here, you pinpoint our location. It's really cool. This particular screen has pinch to zoom, which is really neat. In the menu here, you can change different things. Where are you? Navigation settings. Do you want to avoid toll? Stuff like that. That can all be done through the menu or the settings, which I'll get to shortly. Zoom in and out. It has 2D and 3D maps. Just a really cool system here. Destination, set your home or work. So as soon as you get in the vehicle, you just hit home or work, and it takes you right where you need to go. You don't have anything clanky on your windshield. You're not holding your phone the whole time. This is 100% factory Ford GPS navigation. I'll give you a quick demo. Go to Previous, select a Previous, hit Start.
Obey traffic laws, be alert, and use voice commands while driving.
So
Please proceed to the highlighted route, and then the route guidance will start.
As you can see, the guidance comes through the speaker, so it's a nice factory upgrade there. So we're going to go back to the home screen. Go to apps. Those of you who opt for Sirius XM Travel Link, that is something that is an additional subscription through Sirius Satellite Radio. It gives you traffic updates, movie listings, sports scores, weather, so on and so forth. Again, an additional subscription through Sirius Satellite Radio. In the settings menu, again, all sorts of stuff here you can kind of come in and play with. But just a really, really awesome, very clean system here with the Ford Sync 3. All right, one of the greatest things about the Sync 3 system is the availability of Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So simply plug your lightning cable into the USB hub and then plug the other end into your iPhone. And you'll have Apple CarPlay in your vehicle. Such an awesome upgrade. Make and receive phone calls right through the phone soft key. This is through Apple Music, those of you who have a subscription to that. Apple Maps takes you where you want to go, just like it does on your iPhone. Search for a destination, go to a previous. Tap this and just hit go, and it'll literally take you where you need to go. Messages, what a great safety feature. As you're driving, the system will actually read your text messages to you. You hit the prompt, it reads it to you and allows you to respond. Meanwhile, you have your hands on the steering wheel the whole time. Now playing just shows you the existing music you're actually listening to on your phone. The Ford icon here brings you back to the main Sync 3 screen. Podcast, those of you who like podcasts, come check out the Infotainment Talk Radio. It's a little plug for us here at Infotainment.com. Audiobooks, I mean, there's all these different apps. If you go to Apple's CarPlay website, it tells you all the different apps that you can download on your phone and have reflected onto the Sync 3 screen. Just really cool. App back, Google Maps. This is really, really neat. It gives you the visuals right there through there. Again, there's a text message coming in. I can click in it and it'll read it to me. Pandora, Spotify, SiriusXM, if you have that on your phone, you can listen to it that way. Waze, another crowd favorite. Just a really, really cool system here, guys, with the Sync 3 Apple CarPlay feature. Alright guys, similar to Apple CarPlay, it is also Android Auto compatible. So plug in your factory lightning cable, plug it into the bottom of your Android device. You'll follow some on-screen prompts initially, just hit accept to everything, and now you'll have Android Auto in your vehicle. Really cool. So this is your main home screen. Get to the recent things that you've done on your phone. Over here on the left is your navigation through Google Maps. Just go where you need to go. Search for a destination, go to where you need to go. Here on the phone, obviously you can make and receive phone calls. This brings you back to the home screen. This allows you to listen to your music, whether it's Pandora or whatever else you desire. And then the end button here returns you to the main Sync screen. Alright guys, that's just a quick little demo of how the Sync 3 system works. We do this upgrade and so much more here at Infotainment.com. We use all Ford factory parts, 100% pre-programmed for a plug-and-play installation. Besides something like this, we also do factory headlights and taillights with LED strips in them. We do backup cameras. So you get the backup camera image right here on your display. We do other cameras such as front camera and even sometimes side cameras. Leather seating, we partnered with Catskin. We have a great relationship with them for factory style leather kits for your Ford vehicle. That all comes exactly fit, and we have installation videos that show you how to do it yourself if you want to. You'll notice in this board here, we have a digital speedometer cluster. Now this is an XLT F-150, which came with the small cluster. This is the Lariat cluster, so it's really, really cool. Nice big digital screen. Other things, if your Ford has the auto start stop feature, every time you get to a stoplight or stop sign, it turns off. We can disable that, Infotainment.com. Satellite radio, as I mentioned, maybe you just want to add satellite radio or HD radio. We have plug-and-play factory kits for that, as well as so much more. So come check us out, guys, Infotainment.com. Thanks for watching.